Man constantly mocks unemployed wife for doing nothing. Finds a note after ambulance takes her away. Samantha always knew she wanted to be a mom, but she didn't ever imagine how difficult it really could be. After she and her husband Craig had their first child, things weren't easy. She worked a full-time job and still came home to cook and clean. Then their twin boys made their arrival and things got even more tricky. Balancing a home life along with 3 children and a full-time job was no easy task, and Craig wasn't the most helpful either. Eventually, Craig got to the point where being understanding of his wife flew out the window, and all he did was expect more. He asked Samantha to quit her job and be a full-time stay-at-home mom. Wanting to make Craig happy, Samantha left her job and their nanny was asked to stop working. Samantha was now a full-time mom to all 3 of her children. The couple's first child was nearly 4 now, and the twins were about to have their first birthday. None of the kids went to daycare, so Samantha was left to look after all 3 at the same time with no help. What was supposed to make Craig happy seemed to be the worst idea now. He got upset when there were dishes not done or when his dinner wasn't ready as he got home from work. He started to become very angry and bitter towards his wife, who was doing the best she could. Craig thought of his wife as incompetent. His thoughts and words included things like, "Why are there toys on the floor? Why is the bathroom a mess? Surely his wife should be managing the home better." Eventually, Craig lashed out at Samantha for anything and everything he didn't like. Samantha just continued to try, exhausted. Samantha and Craig's twins were about to turn 2, and it had been a year of Samantha staying home, and a year of Craig thinking she was not doing a good enough job. The birthday party was perfect. Samantha had stayed up all night the night before making snacks for all the party guests, blowing up balloons and setting the scene for her twin boys. It was late now and the guests were starting to leave. Once all of them had left, Samantha plonked onto the couch in sheer exhaustion. Craig didn't like that. After all, who was going to pick up the wrapping paper and clean up after the storm of 20 toddlers and their parents who just left? What about all the dishes and bathing the kids? He told Samantha to get up off her lazy backside and get everything done, then stormed out to the bedroom and slammed the door, causing the kids to start crying again. Samantha sighed as tears started falling from her own eyes. She got up and gathered the kids for bath and bedtime. Thankfully, their 5-year-old daughter fell asleep almost instantly, but Samantha still had to get the twins to sleep. She tucked them into bed and started to read them a bedtime story. Midway reading the book to her almost sleeping boys, Craig knocked on the door, opened it, and laughed at Samantha, asking her if she could manage. The boys fell asleep and Samantha left the room. She was livid. She never got angry, but this was the final straw, so she burst into the living room where Craig was watching TV and yelled at him in anger. She was sick of being treated like she did nothing all day. Then suddenly Samantha blacked out stone cold on the living room floor. At first, Craig thought it was a joke, but soon realized his wife wasn't okay at all. He dialed 911 and soon the paramedics arrived. Craig couldn't leave with Samantha as he had the kids all tucked up in bed. He watched as the ambulance drove off. He was shocked and had no idea why she just passed out that way. He locked the door and walked back into the living room and soon noticed a notepad on the floor. It had fallen from Samantha's back pocket when she fell. Craig opened the notebook and read the words "to-do list." First, he read the to-do list for that day, the day of the twins' birthday party, including all the prep work she'd done to get everything together. Then he flipped the page to the next day. Monday. 5 a.m. Wake up. 5:30. Quick shower and get Megan's bag ready for a playdate with Sarah. 6. Baby's milk. Also, Meg should be awake by now. 7. Wake Craig up. Joy. 7:30. Get breakfast going. Eggs, bacon, and toast. 8. Dress the children. Leave to drop Meg at playdate. 8:15. Iron Craig's clothes for work. Pack lunch. Chicken mayo. 9. Craig leaves for work. Free 30 minutes. Babies need to be fed, don't forget, and you have to clean the dishes in Meg's room. 12. Lunchtime for the twins. 1. Collect Meg from Sarah. 2. Playtime at the park with all the kids. 3. Home time and snack time. 4. Get Meg ready for her ballet lesson back at 5:30. 5:30. Start dinner preparations. 6. Bath kids and put them to bed. Craig home. 7. Have dinner. 8. Shower, do dishes. 9. Clean up toys and pack away. 9:30. Bedtime, yay. Craig's mouth dropped. He had no idea how much his wife was really doing, and he started to feel like a real idiot for ever thinking otherwise. As he read the to-do list, he realized his wife had absolutely no free time for herself. He treated her like dirt and thought she was lazy, but she was far from it. Still, he thought to himself that tomorrow while his wife was in the hospital, he'd easily managed her to-do list. Craig woke up late to the kids screaming and crying, already missing the playdate, and the kids were starving. One of the twins decided to pull a bag of sugar out of the pantry, and the entire place was a mess. Frantically, Craig realized even more what his wife went through on a daily basis. He got the kids ready and called in the old nanny to help, and then made his way to the hospital to find out what was going on to his wife. On his way to the ER, he thought about how he'd apologize and make it up to Samantha. No words could take away the way he would treated her, but he knew that he could change and appreciate his wife from that moment on. And he would ensure to hire a nanny to ensure Samantha never passed out from exhaustion ever again. You see, we never really know what someone else is going through or experiencing, but we can make the effort to try to understand them and treat them kindly.